Hello, welcome to Quiz Time. I'm Jess, and today I have 100 questions all about the 1950s. So, shall we go back in time? Let's go. What is the decade of the 50s, sometimes known as the New Age, the Peace Times, or the Happy Days? The Happy Days. Mac the Knife was a hit 1959 song by which singer? Bobby Darin, Dwayne Eddy, or Johnny Mathis? That was Bobby Darin. Who sang the 1955 song Rock Around the Clock? Buddy Holly, Bill Haley, or Bobby Day? Are all these songs bringing you back some memories? It was Bill Haley. Who played the Quiet Man in the 1952 movie? John Wayne, Sean Connery, or Broderick Crawford? John Wayne. From the 1956 song, what does the phrase "Que sera, sera" mean in English? Live and let live, seize the day, or whatever will be, will be? Whatever will be, will be. You can't not sing it, can you? Complete this song title. Save the last dance for me, tomorrow, or never. It's me. Mona Lisa was a popular 50s song by which singer? Anton Karas, Nat King Cole, or Neil Sedaka? Nat King Cole. What was the surname of the TV couple Ozzie and Harriet? Turner, Wallace, or Nelson? That's Nelson. Who sang the hit 1955 song Only You? The Platters, the Coasters, or the Dominoes? The Platters. Johnny Burnett, Dorsey Burnett, and Paul Burleson were better known as the Skyliners, Three Kings, or Rock and Roll Trio. Rock and Roll Trio. True or false? The jukebox was invented in the 1950s. It's false. What instrument was Louis Armstrong famous for playing? The saxophone, trumpet, or piano? The trumpet. In what year did the Korean War start? 1950, 1952, or 1953? 1950. Who sang the hit 1956 song Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Gene Vincent, Jackie Wilson, or Frankie Lyman? Frankie Lyman. Who directed the 1951 movie Strangers on a Train? Elia Kazan, Alfred Hitchcock, or George Stevens? Alfred Hitchcock. Johnny Be Good and Sweet Little 16 were hit 50s songs by who? Chuck Berry, Clarence Henry, or Little Richard? Chuck Berry. Who played the lead female role in the 1959 movie Suddenly Last Summer? Jane Russell, Kim Novak, or Elizabeth Taylor? Elizabeth Taylor. Complete the name of the band: Dave Apple and the Applejacks, Americans, or All-Nighters? Applejacks. Finish this 1956 song title. The train kept a crashing, rolling, or going? Kept a rolling. What was James Dean's last film before he died? Giant, East of Eden, or Rebel Without a Cause? Giant. McKinley Morganfield was popular 50s blues singer known better by what name? Buddy Guy, Muddy Waters, or B.B. King? So what was he better known as? It was Muddy Waters. Finish this 1956 song title. Roll Over, Romeo, Red Rover, or Beethoven? Beethoven. Put Your Head on My Shoulders was a hit 50s song by which teen idol? Bobby Rydell, Paul Anka, or Ricky Nelson? Paul Anka. Which 50s singer and actress went on to become a gay icon? Judy Garland, Liza Minnelli, or Marilyn Monroe? Judy Garland. Complete the band name. Harold Melvin and the Keynotes, Bell Notes, or Blue Notes? Blue Notes. True or false? Elvis Presley had the most #1 song during the 50s. So did he have the most #1s during the 50s? It's true. In the 50s, if you were to nod off, what would you do? Lose a job, fall asleep, or get divorced? Still a phrase now. If you nod off, you fall asleep. The War of the Worlds was a 1953 movie based on a novel by which writer? Jules Verne, George Orwell, or H.G. Wells? H.G. Wells. Who did Marilyn Monroe marry in 1954? Arnold Palmer, Joe DiMaggio, or Gordie Howe? Joe DiMaggio. I find myself alone when each day's through is a line from which hit 50s song. I walk the line, don't be cruel, or walk in after midnight. I walk the line. Who starred alongside Elizabeth Taylor in the 1951 movie A Place in the Sun? Marlon Brando, Monty Clift, or Tab Hunter? Monty Clift. A Teenager in Love was a hit 1959 song for which singer? Dion DiMucci, Richie Valens, or Frankie Avalon? Dion DiMucci. Maybelline was a catchy 1950s song by who? The Big Bopper, Little Richard, or Chuck Berry? Chuck Berry. Singer Ray Charles was born in which US state? Georgia, Florida, or Tennessee? Georgia. Who sang popular 1956 song Yakety Yak? The Cleftones, the Drifters, or the Coasters? The Coasters. Let's Twist Again was a popular song by which artist? Chubby Checker, Jerry Lee Lewis, or Elvis Presley? Chubby Checker. Which 50s actor and singer had the nickname The Old Groaner? Danny Kaye, Bing Crosby, or Dean Martin? Bing Crosby. Dion DiMucci was the lead singer of which group? The Royals, the Moonglows, or the Belmonts? The Belmonts. Steve McQueen starred in which 50s Western TV show? The Rifleman, Wanted, Dead or Alive, or Maverick? Wanted, Dead or Alive. Come On, Let's Go and La Bamba were two hit songs for which artist? Richie Valens, Little Richard, or Les Paul? Richie Valens. What was Elvis Presley's middle name? Dylan, Aaron, or Vernon? It was Aaron. True or false? Leather jackets were banned in the US schools for a period in the 1950s. That's true. Complete this 1959 movie title: The Best of, Us, The Best, or Everything. That's everything. Which actress was involved in a love triangle scandal in 1955? Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, or Lucille Ball? Elizabeth Taylor. Probably not the first. Keep It Knocking was a hit 1958 song by who? Little Richard, Roy Brown or Ray Charles? Little Richard. Which of these British Oscar-winning actors was born in 1957? Anthony Hopkins, Daniel Day-Lewis or Gary Oldman? Daniel Day-Lewis. Singer Harold Lloyd Jenkins changed his name to what in 1957? Conway Twitty, Johnny Ace or Pink Anderson? Conway Twitty. Finish the name of this 1955 Elvis song. Lordy Miss, Dordie, Claudie or Horty? Claudie. There Is No Business Like Show Business is a song originally from which musical? Gigi, A Star Is Born or Annie Get Your Gun? Annie Get Your Gun. The Seventh Seal is an acclaimed 1957 historical fantasy movie set in which country? France, Sweden or England? Sweden. So we're halfway. How are you doing? Capris were a popular kind of what female fashion item during the 50s? Shoe, bra or pants? They were pants. Who sang the hit 1956 song Let the Good Times Roll? Gene and Eunice, Shirley and Lee or Mickey and Sylvia? Shirley and Lee. Conchetta Rosa Maria Franca Condero was the birth name of which 1950s female vocalist? Celia Cruz, Diana Ross or Connie Francis? Connie Francis. It's a cute shortened name. Complete this 1953 musical title. Gentlemen prefer company, blondes or lunch? They prefer blondes apparently. True or false? Actor Humphrey Bogart died in 1957 on his birthday. That's false. Complete the name of this music group. Otis Williams and the Champs, Chords or Charms? That's Charms. Finish this 1952 K-Star song title. Wheel of Fortune, Eternity or Redemption? Fortune. What was the nickname of famed American gangster George Kelly Barnes? Kid Cool Kelly, Machine Gun Kelly or Ice Cold Kelly? Machine Gun Kelly. Who played the lead female role in the 1954 musical Brigadoon? Clyde Charisse, Elaine Stewart or Shirley Jones? Black-Eyed Carice. Since I Met You Baby was a hit 1957 song by who? Robin Luke, Huey Smith or Ivy Jo Hunter? Ivy Jo Hunter. The Turbans were a 50s one-hit wonder with what song? I Ran All the Way Home, When You Dance or Pledging My Love? When You Dance. Marilyn Monroe, Betty Grable, Lauren Bacall starred together in which 1953 movie? The Misfits, Some Like It Hot or How to Marry a Millionaire? How to Marry a Millionaire. Who sang the 1955 #1 song Purple People Eater? Sheb Wooley, Thurston Harris or Lenny D? Sheb Wooley. Which of these bands was formed in 1958? The Beatles, Pink Floyd or the Bee Gees? The Bee Gees. Ike Turner was the lead singer of which 50s group? Kings of Rhythm, the Mellow Kings or the Kingston Trio? Kings of Rhythm. Finish this 1959 Elvis song title. Big Hunker, Trunk, Love or Heartache? That's Love. Which one of these Disney movies is not from the 1950s? Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland or Pinocchio? Pinocchio. Frankie Avalon had a hit 1959 song named after which planet? Earth, Venus or Mercury? Venus. Complete this Guy Mitchell song title. Heartaches by the Number, Minute or Wayside? Number. Born Too Late was a major hit for which group? The Robins, the Ponytails or the Pied Pipers? The Ponytails. Tommy Dorsey was famous for playing which musical instrument? The trombone, the saxophone or the trumpet? The trombone. Alan, Wayne, Merlin, Jay and Donny are better known as the Duprees, Partridges or Osmonds? The Osmonds. What was American pianist and organist Dave Cortez's nickname? Chip, Baby or Happy? Baby. Who sang the classic song Doggy in the Window? Teresa Brewer, Eileen Barton or Patti Page? Patti Page. Pierino Ronald Como was better known as Perry Como, Ronnie Como, or Percy Como. Pierino was Perry Como. Who played the lead role in the 1958 TV show Sea Hunt? Leslie Nielsen, William Holden, or Lloyd Bridges? Lloyd Bridges. Little Things Mean a Lot was a popular 1954 song by which singer? Rosemary Clooney, Kitty Callan, or Doris Day? Kitty Callan. Complete this 1955 song title: The Yellow Rose of Texas, Reno, or Alabama? Texas. Who was called the First Lady of Rock and Roll? Goji Grant, Rosetta Tharpe, or Connie Francis? Connie Francis. Who sang the popular 1957 song Love Letters in the Sand? Johnny Ray, Pat Boone, or Jimmy Rogers? Pat Boone. Mary Ford was a singer and guitarist that played alongside her husband, Les Paul, Frankie Laine, or Eddie Fisher? Les Paul. C'est si bon was a French song made famous in 1956 by which singer? Gail Storm, Eartha Kitt, or Laverne Baker? Eartha Kitt. Who played Lois Lane in the 1950s Superman TV show? Noel Neill, Lucille Ball, or Betty White? Noel Neill. Clara Ann Fowler was better known by what stage name? Doris Day, Peggy Lee, or Patti Page? Patti Page. Cold, Cold Heart and Your Cheating Heart were songs by which musician? Jim Reeves, Hank Williams, or George Jones? Hank Williams. Which American jazz singer was nicknamed Lady Day? Billie Holiday, Dinah Washington, or Nina Simone? That's Billie Holiday. Day-O is a traditional folk song from which country? Hawaii, Puerto Rico, or Jamaica? It's impossible to say it without singing it. It's Jamaica. Which 50s singer was known as the Cry Guy? Tony Bennett, Johnny Ray, or Frank Sinatra? Johnny Ray. Who played Sinbad in the 1958 movie The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad? Kerwin Matthews, Richard Burton, or Jack Hawkins? Kerwin Matthews. Johnny O'Keefe was a 50s rock and roll singer from which country? Ireland, Australia, or South Africa? Australia. Who sang the popular 1957 song Witchcraft? Teresa Brewer, Carolyn Lee, or Georgia Gibbs? Carolyn Lee. Complete the song title: The Naughty Lady of, Past Regret, Midnight Blues, or Shady Lane? Shady Lane. Which Japanese director directed the epic 1954 movie The Seven Samurai? Now, my Japanese isn't good, so I'm just going to say, is it 1, 2, or 3? It's 1. The Wayward Wind was a popular 1956 song by which singer? Julie London, Edie Gorm, or Goji Grant? It was Goji Grant. Complete the 1952 song title: Why Don't You, Love Me, Believe Me, or Trust Me? Believe Me. Who sang Paper Roses and Till There Was You? Anita Bryant, Dinah Shore, or Betty Clooney? Anita Bryant. Complete this 1951 movie title: The Day the Earth Died, Vanished, or Stood Still? Stood Still. Which female singer recorded the original version of the hit 50s song Hound Dog? Bessie Smith, Big Mama Thornton, or Ruth Brown? Big Mama Thornton. True or false? The first ever Godzilla movie was released during the 1950s. It's true. Gentleman Jim was the nickname of which 50s country singer? Jim Reeves, Jimmy Clayton, or Jim Rogers? It's Jim Reeves. So, how did you do today? Drop your score in the comments below, and of course, like and subscribe so you get notified every time we post a new quiz. And please, join us next time on Quiz Time.